Hey guys, the 24 and 48 is going to start in like 20 minutes. I decided not to do a TBR because I feel like it's basically all the books that I talked about last week in my Friday reads because I haven't read anything this week. Yay! I am going to do like a separate wrap up and vlog for the readathon though. So hopefully there will be lots of things that I will show you. I bought a bunch of frozen food today so that I don't have to cook or worry about that. And that's all I have to say at the moment. Bye-bye. Hey guys, it is like 5:20 in the morning, Saturday the 21st. I only read for like maybe 25 minutes last night. I have work. I had to leave in 40 minutes. I had to leave at 6. Jake is so funny. He called me at 4. I told him to like annoy me and wake me up. He has been working all night. And so he called me at 4, and I was like, I can't, I need to sleep. So he's so sweet. Yeah, just because I have work. If I didn't have work, but like I want to make sure I'm like alert, you know what I'm saying? So I'm probably not gonna have time to read before I go, because I have to like, I'm keeping track of everything in my bullet journal. Oh my gosh. So I'll show you guys that later. Maybe actually tomorrow when I get tonight when I get home, just because I have to like update it. And yeah, I'm excited. My goal is to just power through this. I think I have like 5.5 hours of reading left of it, so I will finish this one today, hopefully. And yeah, I really want to hit the 24-hour mark. Like, I really, really, really want to hit it. Like, so bad. I have never finished a readathon in my freaking life. I just, like, I want to do this so bad. So, please, I just need to buy, like, lots of stuff to keep me awake.
Just got home. Laverne's trapped herself. Oh, there's Shirley. Oh my god. You guys. You guys are so cute. So cute. I'm home, I'm in my comfy clothes. I'm gonna start reading. First I'm gonna check like Twitter and the website thing for the readathon. Then I'm gonna start reading. Yay, I've only read 44 minutes and it's already 4:30. Ooh. Alright, so it is almost the halfway point and I've only read for 3 hours, which means I need to read for 21 hours of the next 24 hours. Is that gonna happen? You tell me. Probably not. That's okay. Everything. I'm gonna fall asleep if I listen to audiobooks. I can't pay attention to them. We just ate a little bit and now I'm going outside. This is weird. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Right, I finished the Obelisk Gate. I don't know why my throat is so terrible right now. Oh my gosh, this was crazy. So I'm going to pick up my next book now. I'm so happy. So I'm going to read another short story from Compulsory Games, and then I'm just gonna go ahead and read Ma Rainey's Black Bottom by August Wilson, since this shouldn't take me more than a couple of hours. Also, my blinds are so embarrassing. I just want to mention that it is like just about midnight, which is I think like hour 27. No, 20, I don't know, whatever. It's like about midnight. So it's over halfway and I've gotten 5.5 hours of reading, so I forgot I wanted to mention that. And literally, she knows when I start filming. She was just making biscuits on my face. Shirley, don't you want to show everyone how much you love me? I made a huge mistake. So I slept for too many hours. I'm not gonna hit the 24-hour mark now. Probably at least 12 though, because I've got 6 hours. Because there's like 14 hours left in the readathon, so definitely at minimum 12. I'm gonna see how much I can do though. My mistake was reading this in bed. This book is like, the language is kind of complicated, I guess. This book put me to sleep basically. So I am in the middle of a short story though, and I don't want to like not finish it. So I'm gonna finish it, and then I'm going to actually pick this up and read it, hopefully. So I just finished another story from Compulsory Games, and the title of the story is called Marriage, and it was very, very weird. All of these are super weird. I wouldn't, again, this was like in the horror section, I think. I don't know, I guess, but it's just more like unsettling and creepy and very odd, which I like, but I don't know who I would recommend this to be honest with you. I am looking forward to reading more of this though, so now I'm gonna start doop 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 doop. I'm trying to get my book. Ma Rainey's Black Bottom. Okay, so I just finished Ma Rainey's Black Bottom. Oh my goodness. Like, these are so good. So now I've only read 2 of them now, Fences and then this one, and I got both of them from my Noir Reads box, and I almost can't deal with how incredible and like heartbreaking they are. So yeah, I really, really would suggest reading August Wilson if you have not. Highly, highly recommend. Right, I just finished my 3rd book. This was Ernesto by Humberto Sava, translated by Estelle Gilson, and this was so good. I gave it 3 stars. I don't know, it's like 3.75. It's not quite a 4. I might round it up later. But yeah, I thought it was very lovely. I liked it a lot. Just read another short story in this, and this collection is definitely growing on me. Yeah, I'm very pleased. They just like all require like a lot of concentration. So I think now I'm going to read as much of Adjustment Day as I can before needing to put it down out of irritation. I should just DNF this. Jake is 100% guilting me into reading this. How? How do you hear that, baby? You're so cute. Right, I have just read 100 pages. I wish I read 100 pages. I read for an hour, Adjustment Day. I read about like 40-ish pages. It's getting better, I guess. I don't know. So there's just about over an hour left, so I'm going to start The Clay Girl by Heather Tucker. I'm very excited. This book is like super heavy and dense though, so it's kind of hard to hold, but the content I'm sure is great. The readathon is over. I read 16 hours and 14 minutes. I don't know what my page count is yet. I'm going to like do that stuff right now, and then I'll let you know. I did start The Clay Girl, and I got about 30 pages into it, and I'm actually really liking this. I was very skeptical when I first started reading it because the language is like so flowery and like girly and cutesy. Meow, meow. But I like teared up already, and it's definitely growing on me, so I'm pleased with that. Anyways, I'm gonna check my page count and check like Twitter and the website, and then I'll let you know what page count was. Woo! Hey guys, I'm here to do my 24 and 48 wrap up. So hopefully I will have done a vlog, like posted, like had the vlog part at the beginning of this, and then now I'm doing this wrap up part. So I'm really pleased. I was hoping I would get to the 24-hour mark, but
I didn't sleep well Friday night, and so I kind of figured I wouldn't be able to stay up all night Saturday. So I ended up with 16 hours and 14 minutes, which I'm super proud of, and 655 pages. So I read more than 300 pages yesterday, which I'm also really pleased with. I didn't realize how hard it was to read so many pages in a day. Anyways, so the first thing that I focused on was The Obelisk Gate by N.K. Jemisin. So I finished this. I started it before the readathon, but I finished it during the readathon. I read like 200 and some odd pages of this, and this was so good. So now I'm like, I need to get the last one. I'm going to get the last book in the series next month and read it next month, but you just, kind of continue on. I don't really know what to say about this. It's in a Earth facsimile type place where there's a 5th season, and this 5th season is terrible, and horrible things happen. Like, the Earth has all these weird things, like boil bugs and whatever. And we have people that are origins that can, like, move Earth bits, and you learn more about all of it in this book. I feel like that's not a really good selling. It's really good. You should read it. We're getting more perspectives in this book, and it's just like getting more intense. And I feel like I kind of like think like I know what like the culmination of everything is going to be for the next one. And so I need to read it. All right, and then the next thing. Oh, actually, let me just say. Oh God, Jake! Don't scare me. In between everything that I was reading, I was picking up compulsory games. Babe, I'm filming a video. You're so loud. Compulsory Games by Robert Aickman. So I finished one, and then I read 3 other ones, and so that was No Time Is Passing, Le Miroir, Marriage, and then the one that I finished was Hand in Glove. These are all like very creepy and atmospheric. I wasn't 100% sold on it when I read the first. I don't even remember actually the first. I don't really remember the first story at all, to be honest with you. But now that I'm getting more into it, I'm really enjoying it, which is funny since they're short stories, but I do think that you need to like adapt a little bit to the person's writing. Like, this is written so differently from other things that I read. It feels kind of like more old-timey Englishy, if that makes any sense. The characters' names in Hand in Glove are Winifred, Millicent, and Nigel. So I feel like those names kind of like give you an idea of what type of writing this is. But yeah, so it's like very verbose, and I don't know, it's very, very well written. You do have to think about it a little bit, and it's extremely vague. If you need like A, B, C, this is not for you. This is super vague. I have no idea what's going on until like halfway through, and then you don't know what's happening at the end. But I like that kind of stuff, so I'm really enjoying these stories actually. The next thing that I started and finished was Ma Rainey's Black Bottom by August Wilson. I got this in a Nora Reads box, my last Nora Reads box, and this was so good. So in this, you're following. There's I think like four musicians, and like the singer. So they're all black, and then there's like the manager and like it's the owner of the record company and the manager, and they're both white, and so it's like this kind of story about them trying to record specifically this song. This is the name of one of the songs, but just like her album in general, Madame Rainey, and like the tension kind of between amongst the band members, and then with the white like manager and record company owner, and then it's like these. It's very, very interesting, like how everyone kind of interacts with each other and why. So like Madame Rainey, she seems like she's like this big diva, da 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 da, whatever, but it's like for very specific reasons. And once you it's just so good. I feel like I'm giving away too much. I always give away too much. It's really, really. This is like it's a play, so it's very interpersonal, like not interpersonal, but just like it's like relationships between all these people, which is my type of thing. I really, really like that. And it's really interesting also to like find out how certain things lead to other things, and how
yeah, that basically. I want to read every single one of these. If you have not read August Wilson, you should do so. The next thing that I picked up and then also finished is Ernesto by Humberto Sava, and this is translated by Estelle Gilson. So this was also just so good and very interesting. Our main character's name is Ernesto, and he's a young boy. Well, young boy. He's a young man. Old boy. He's 16, 17, and he is basically, I guess he's like a little bit more upper class kind of, but he's working for a man, like doing books and all that kind of stuff, and he has like some day laborers that he like has to go and kind of get, and he has a little like thing between him and one of the guys that he gets, who is a little bit older than him, a little bit, significantly. He's like 28 or something. So so you have to be okay with that when you're reading it. But I feel like there's that other one, like Call Me by My Name or something, that is kind of like the same thing. It's just like, you know, an older man like kind of teaching a younger man about that. I feel like I'm not describing this well at all. There's a lot more to this book than just that. So it's broken up into 5 different episodes. So the first episode is his initial encounter with this older man. And then it kind of continues on from there. So they are like very, each episode is very distinct. That's the only one, the first one is the only one that has like, I would say like more explicit kind of sexual stuff in it. But you do have to be okay with reading that kind of stuff. And it's just so beautiful. It's like a coming of age kind of type story. Ernesto is kind of a jerk at some points. I went back and forth between like really caring about him and not caring about him. Also, apparently this is like a very famous Italian author that I had never heard of, that was around the same time as, oh my gosh, Svevo, I think. Boy, I don't know, but yeah, he's so there's a whole like section kind of in the front, so it's a little like autobiographical in nature. The writing is absolutely beautiful. Like it's really, really beautiful writing, and I love these NYRB classics because they give you a lot of like information. So at the beginning, you learn a lot, and then at the end, you learn a lot about the process of making the book, like the process of writing the book, and what Umberto went through to like kind of make this happen. And it's just, I thought it was absolutely beautiful. Except for the times when I wanted to punch him in the face. It's only a couple times. All right, and so I did also read a little bit more of Adjustment Day by Chuck Palahniuk. It's growing on me. I don't hate it. It's definitely, I feel like when Jake said it's YA, I think I agree with that. I think the reason I liked these books so much is because I was younger. And like, there's a lot of, you know, it's the stuff that he's saying and like the commentary that he's making, I like, you know, I appreciate, but it's just not in the right, like, packaging for me anymore. And then I also started The Clay Girl by Heather Tucker. I was nervous when I started reading this because I was like, this is not for me. The writing is like super flowery, and like this is like a book, if you really like beautiful writing, you would really like this. I did start getting emotionally involved though, and now I am invested. So I'm on page 44 and I am invested, but it was like too much for me at first. It was too much, but it is getting quite lovely. So those are all the things that I read. If you have read any of them, or if you have any questions for me, please let me know. I did want to mention right now that I am going to be participating in the 7 and 7 readathon because I just saw that on Twitter, and why not? So it starts today. There are 7 challenges. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. That's fine. All right, so the first challenge is to read 7 things, so I'm just picking a random book, and that's just going to be to finish this guy, you know what I'm saying? The next challenge is yellow on cover. Try to finish this guy. Next one is outside your comfort zone, so I picked Anne of Green Gables by Ella Montgomery. It's a kid's book. It's not really something that I read that frequently. Nothing's really outside of my comfort zone, though, so it's kind of hard. 4 is Starts with Your First Initial, so I've picked Somewhere in the House by Elizabeth Daly. This should be a very quick mystery to read, hopefully. Number 5 is Read Outside or Book Takes Place Outside. I've picked The Underground Railroad by Colson Whitehead because I need to read these books before I can read anything else. I don't want to be outside. It's 90 degrees. I mean, it's currently not 90 degrees. It's currently like 70, but it's supposed to be in the 90s all week. So maybe I will go to a place that is outside of my house and read this, but is air conditioned. Next prompt is read a book, then eat or drink something that is like that. And I have picked to keep reading The Clay Girl. And then maybe I will make something that reminds me of this book after I'm done. So far, it's like a pink cupcake with sparkles on it because that's what that book feels like. And number 7 is Takes Place in My Home, and for that I've picked The Feast of the Goat by Mario Vargas Llosa, and this is translated by Edith Grossman. Technically, this is not my home, but it's like where my people are from, so I am picking that because I need to read more translated things, and I have been meaning to read this. It's like, you know, takes place in the Dominican Republic, and it's supposed to be fantastic. So, yep, I'm definitely not going to read all those books, but the goal is to try. Let me know if you are participating in 7 and 7, if you've read any of these things, and I'll see you later. Bye-bye.